Hello Libra, I'm Betty Spaghetti. Welcome to your horoscope for the Sagittarius new moon. Hi Libra, thank you for being here with me. That was a little League of Their Own reference in case you missed it. My name is Uma and this is your horoscope for the new moon in Sagittarius. This is happening on Thursday the 24th of November at 9:57 a.m. if you're in the Southern Hemisphere with me. Let's get into it. I'm feeling a nice reprieve, Libra. I'm feeling really recentered after maybe a bit of turbulence, and I'm looking forward for all of us to gaining a greater sense of control, not control, but input of collaboration with this next lunation, this next new moon in Sagittarius. I hope that eclipse season was kind to you. I hope that the shedding was necessary, and I hope that the revelation took you by surprise and it was something that was workable and that you were welcome to receive. Now, Sagittarius is a lovely extension of the soul's journey around the zodiac. So if we think about it in terms of moving away from Scorpio, we've come to understand the lessons in Scorpio season. There's been things that have been buried that have come to the surface. There's been emotional fixity that perhaps has given a little. And now we enter a fire sign. We enter a fire period of the year. We have Sagittarius as our leader. We have the alchemist as our guide. Sagittarians are known for expanding their mind and seeking out the next adventure, traveling, relishing in all of that. They also have a great access to intelligence and to knowledge and absorbency when it comes to the philosophies of life and why we perhaps might be here. They've got a great load to offer, really. And for you to be a Libra rising specifically, Sagittarius rules your third house, which is your access to language and expression. Remember, Libra, that when looking at a Libra rising birth chart, you're actually a mirror for all of us. You experience the zodiac in opposition to the way that the natural zodiac, the world zodiac, experiences things. So there's a same but different kind of feeling in Libras. There's almost like a sort of investment in the other and their experience, and there's that perspective, and there's a counter perspective, a counter offer that Libras can sometimes provide. And so to be Sagittarian in your communication style is a lovely offer of exuberance. You're very enthusiastic about sharing what it is that you know with other folks. You're very enthusiastic about providing them with alternative pathways to the one that perhaps has been presented to them. All of these things are really lovely and really so very you, aren't they, Libra? There's a real, a real desire to share in your essence. And so at a new moon, at a time of the year where we are invited to manifest, to ask for, to co-create with the energies around us in the universe, a new moon in Sagittarius in the third would be a great time for you to envisage what your village might look like. What neighborhood do you require in order to feel supported? Where do you need to be in order for your language to really succeed and to really hit the ground? Take a look around. Who are you around at the moment? And are they of encouragement for this kind of expression? Are they encouraging your ideas, your philosophies on life? If they are, brilliant. Then at the new moon, we can ask for more of the same. We can think to ourselves, well, how can I extrapolate on my village? How can I reconfigure, or how can I contribute to this space? If it's a feeling of dissociation, perhaps from your current village, then now might be the time to think about a bit of a trip, a day trip, a bit of localized travel. Go and seek out different environments, different village communities, and see if there's an alignment of language that you can find. Because that's what we want you to do. We want you to be expressive, Libra. You know, it's understandably in your nature to be measured in that way, and to sort of to strive for equity, for right relationship. Remember, there's something mildly rebellious about you too, though. You go the middle way. You know, polarity is one thing presented to us as this or the other. You know that we'll go down the middle. We'll go this alternative route. We'll take this route instead of that or that. Yeah. You're unifying us all together. You're stitching us all together. You're reminding us all that we are of the same thing. In the tarot, Sagittarius is represented by Temperance, a great alchemical mix of fire and water, emotions and passion, magic. There's duality here, isn't there? It's maybe there's a special recipe that Temperance has found in order to combine polarity. And so in this way, I think that can definitely, you can be the voice box for that. You can share what it is you know about that notion, about doing both. What does my mum say? Addition, not subtraction. When talking about diet, talking about diet or healthy habits, it's always good to add the sustenance to the treats. At 1 degree of Sagittarius, which is where this lunation is taking place, fresh off the boat, 1 day after Sagittarius season arrives, we have this lunation. 1 degree of Sagittarius is the 8 of Wands. That's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 direct messages, direct points of light. That's precision and focus in communication. I like this for you, Libra, because I think that there's some things coming to light for you, and there's some things that you're going to work on, and there's some things and boundaries that you're going to reinstill. And remember, a boundary isn't a fortress. A boundary isn't razor wire. A boundary isn't a jail. A boundary is a beautiful garden fence that keeps my energy where it needs to be, keeps your energy where it needs to be, and we can still engage and see one another over that fence. You can let the right ones through to stay for a time. Boundaries, in the healthy sense, are a great tool of sustainability. So this lunation, the moon and the sun at 1 degree of Sagittarius, is actually forming a dissociative trine with Jupiter in Pisces. Jupiter's re-entered Pisces since the end of October and is lingering around there at 28 degrees, and so nearly 180 degrees away from 1 degree of Sagittarius. Normally, planets need to be in the same element to be in trine, but because of this beginning and end, they're forming one of their own. They're actually forming a bit of temperance of their own, which is really sweet. So for you, Pisces is your 6th house. It's your daily ritual. It's your reality. It's your work rhythms. It's where we connect to the animal kingdom and to nature. So I like this, that I'm leaning towards this idea of a healthy environment for you, Libra. And this could be something that you're establishing now. However, I think that it might be something that you're looking towards, you're looking to. The optimism, perhaps the clarity around your health and what is healthiest for you, how you can be of greatest health to be of greatest service to a neighborhood. These ideas might be coming up, might be informing one another. There's Venus and Mercury also in Sagittarius. So this is tricky. Not tricky, it's actually quite gorgeous, but it does lead to perhaps some oversharing or some sort of passionate sort of fits and starts. I think Venus is the planet of, love and pleasure and gorgeousness, and Mercury is our voice box, our messenger to the gods. They're in conjunction, so there's definitely some beautiful, pleasurable messages that you're willing to offer. Third house, communication. Venus likes to move slower than Sagittarius does. So I wonder if there's any cross wires, or if there's a dissonance perhaps between the intensity of your intensity and what others are willing to and able to receive at this time in the way that you're communicating with them. That's okay. Then that's kind of natural. So you can, I won't say rein it in, but definitely I think another trine that we can look at is, so 9 degrees and 10 degrees, Venus, Mercury in Sag, is trining in supportful aspect of Chiron in Aries. And for you, Aries is your 7th house of relationship. So there's pain points, little lingering pain points there. Remember, Chiron is the wounded healer. Chiron reveals to us where some of our wounds might lay. Aries Chiron wound is that of the self. A wound of self in relationship can bring about some difficult scenarios. And so I think that what we can see here is perhaps some of this reinvigoration of passion. I think there's, think of Venus in Sagittarius as sort of someone, quite sort of like sassy is a really good word, Perhaps there's something for Venus in Sag to look at and to remember and remark upon in relationship to some of these wounds in the 7th. There's a healing that can happen here. And there's, Chiron's going to be there until 2026. That isn't to say that your 7th house is going to be racked with pain points, but there's going to be bruises there. There's going to be reminders of how of the difficulty you sometimes have relating to other people when you wish to create solid bonds. There's a forward and then backward kind of thing that I can sense here. So that's just to be mindful of. Venus in Sagittarius is kind of fun too. My natal Venus is in Sagittarius. So I love quick starting passion. I love, desire. But, we don't always have to ride that streetcar of desire, do we, Blanche? Okay, I'm going to pull some tarot here. I got the 6 of Cups. The 8 of Swords. And I got the Queen of Swords. And I'm going to take the top one off this chunker. It's the 5 of Cups. I think it's pertinent. I think that there's perhaps, if you're of a mind, or if at the moment you're perhaps lingering around nostalgia at the moment, if there's, thoughts or memories that are coming back to you about certain relationships or certain periods in your life where things were rosy and working, and that's causing you little but anxiety to be consistently back in that space, consistently going over it time again, with those rose-coloured sort of glasses, sort of thinking, in the good old days, or when I went, can't remember the good times, babe, all of that kind of stuff. If those memories, which, are can sometimes be really healing and lovely to sort of linger in nostalgia land, but if they're causing you anxiety and pain, I think that it probably would be a good time to actually seek some professional help, as far as a psychologist, as far as someone that you can talk to that will be able to cognitively give you some solutions. Because I think that there's something sort of attached to the physical body that might need some help along the way. This could be, somatic therapy, massage therapy is a great thing to help us release some energy that can be trapped in our bodies. But I don't want this continual lamentation to be in your experience, Libra. I understand, and we've said it, you grieve as long as you need to. But I think in this particular configuration, I can see that the grief cycle is leading to picking up on this nostalgia, picking up on this, but I never got to say, and that's anxiety. That's not good for the brain. That's creating this mental cage. And you've got the power, absolutely, you've got the power to break through it. I think some assistance might be good. And, I'm not sort of pushing professional help on anyone. I know from personal experience that it is of great benefit to speak to somebody who is, that's their life's work, the brain, and how we think and relate to one another. You can find some great comfort. Sometimes talking about it can be really beneficial. So I think that this Queen of Swords energy is someone who is very intelligent and very good at boundaries, that has those beautiful professional boundaries where you can feel safe enough to put some stuff down in that environment because you know that they're trained and professional. And hopefully, on this cycle with grief, you can find strategies for when it does come around again that maybe have less hooks to the nostalgia. Nostalgia, I'll say it again, it's lovely. We can't have that be our only point of reference, because that's when anxiety comes up. That's your reading, my lovely, lovely, lovely Libras. All my very best to you, my darlings. Do take care. Thank you for liking my videos, for subscribing, for sharing them with folks that you think might need them at this time. I'm taking a little bit of time off in January, I think, for a couple of weeks if I can afford it. But I'm cramming. I'm really amped and ready to go to continue my good wicket with the birth chart readings that I offer over at umaruby.com. So if you'd like to book yourself in, or if you can think of someone that you would benefit from a reading from me, head over to umaruby.com and put yourself down, book yourself a place on my schedule. Much love to you, Libra. All my very, very best. And I'll be speaking to you in 2 weeks for the full moon in Gemini. So until then, take care. Bye-bye.